listen to DeRoy, and you tuned in for High Fives Halloween. So this is a brand new episode I'm doing. Never done anything like this. Basically, I'm going to be doing a list video for you for my picks for good choices to binge watch for Halloween. I know we're coming in kind of right on the edge of Halloween, but didn't have enough time to really get this out sooner. So either you watch it for like a big binge session for Halloween, or you just find some time to just watch it throughout the year. Because I don't know. Sometimes people just like to watch, horror movies any time of the year. They come out all the time anyway, so whatever. But starting off this list in no particular order, not really ranking these from best to worst, but starting off with a fairly recent film, Hereditary. This is one I think is just one of those kind of movies that's a one and done type of deal when you watch, because it's a very disturbing film to watch. Some really just effed up imagery in there that's going to probably even make you sick looking at it. But yeah, it is not really scary per se, but it's, like I said, disturbing. And it's one of those kind of movies, and main reason why I like it is that it purposely kind of misdirects you of what's happening in the story and constantly trying to make you guess throughout the whole movie what exactly is going to be this all leading to. And that's why I like it. It has like this really bizarre ending that like you don't really see coming, and like completely throws you off of what you could possibly even guessed what was going on. Definitely didn't see any of it coming, and that's the reason why I like it, because I love movies that kind of surprise you and you don't see the ending coming. So that's why it's on my list. Definitely, like I said, at least check it out once, and probably never again try to forget you. We have a movie that I tend to watch a lot, almost like at least every year to every other year for like Halloween, is Event Horizon. For me, majority of the reason why I watch a lot of horror films is because I love the special effects, and there's some really cool gore effects in this movie. And it's also a fun kind of story because it takes like your typical kind of like haunted house theme, but then puts it in space, and it deals with this spaceship basically that is supposed to be possessed and it's demonic, and it kills these people that come aboard it. But like I said, there's great gore effects in there, and it's just a really fun watch. Now moving on to number 7 is Hellraiser, kind of very similar to actually our previous pick for Event Horizon. In fact, it's almost like Event Horizon was kind of Hellraiser in space, as what I usually kind of equate it to. But another movie that I just particularly love to watch because it's got some cool gore effects in it. Interesting story about the girl who comes across this demonic puzzle box, and when she opens it, she summons these creatures from a hell dimension that are going to now drag her back to the dimension and basically torture her. Particularly, I love like not just the gore effects, but the makeup work for the monsters, and it are just awesome. Like Pinhead's one of the most iconic creatures out there, I think, and not even just Pinhead, but one of the ones that always creeps the hell out of me, because not just the look of him, but the sound. Every time you hear the sound of this guy when it comes out, it's the chattering teeth guy. That guy, oh my god! Every time that guy comes out, oh my god, it creeps me out just thinking about it. Just hearing that chattering teeth thing, it just bugs me. Ugh. Alright, so now we're moving on to number 6. We're kind of moving away now from just movies, because I also have one TV show on here, and that is The Haunting of Hill House. I fell in love with this TV series just after probably like halfway through, because it is a really kind of cool deep dive into the haunted house genre, where you get really kind of like a stretched out like background of like all the characters and like what's going on with them and why this house is after them, and it's just a lot of fun and stuff like that. I love the deep storytelling in this, and it does give you some good scares. I won't lie to you. I jumped like 20 times watching this, because they love to just pop in the like creepy little jump scares, and also some just really disturbing stuff with kittens that, if you love kittens, maybe not watch this, because it'll probably ruin kittens for you forever. But yeah, it's a really fun show to watch. I definitely highly recommend watching the series. Maybe not do that right now if you're just trying to get into some, last minute like binge watching for Halloween, because that's 10 episode series. Maybe try to save for later after Halloween, or maybe just save it till next year. But yeah, definitely at some point would recommend you watching that. All right, now moving on to our next pick, we have Saw. This is a series I love because it's just like, as the people like to say, it's basically just like murder porn. It's got some of the most like imaginative death scenes in it ever, and like if I always said, I love gore special effects, and this has like some of the best I've ever seen ever. In every single movie, they try to make up something new and imaginative, and I just love that. But if you're gonna pick one to watch, I definitely would recommend going back and just watching the first one, because that's the one that started all. And honestly, it's the best one for me. It's hands down got one of the best twist endings. I would say that probably the newest one that came out had a pretty interesting twist in it, but it's still not as good as the first one. And really, I'd say the whole series kind of just started to go downhill as soon as they killed off Jigsaw anyway. So, all right. So for my next pick, I have The Babysitter. This is a film I just recently kind of came across on Netflix. It's only about like 2 years old now, and it's a really kind of fun film. Just think of something like your Tucker Dilworthy, Shaun of the Dead kind of comedy horror. It's basically that, and it kind of also takes Home Alone, and then instead of it being a kid defending his home from like robbers, it's a kid defending his home from psychotic killers. Basically, that's what you get. It's basically, there's a lot of humor in there. They take like the death scenes in it, and they kind of like over exaggerate and to kind of make it funny at the same time. And it was a surprisingly fun film to watch that I just happened to just come across by accident, just scrolling for stuff randomly. And I like to say that's definitely one I think a lot more people should go out there and watch. Anyway, speaking of fun horror films, though, we also have Shaun of the Dead upon this list, because this is definitely another one that I love to watch almost every year. And the reason why is because even though I don't really think it's the first, zombie comedy film, it's at least the one that it made zombie comedies popular. Because, without this, I don't think you ever would have gotten, like another really popular one, Zombieland. And there's a bunch of other ones I could list off that follow that. And it's because of Shaun of the Dead, hands down, that's why it happened. It's just a lot of fun, about, a couple of guys, goof offs, they find a way to survive the apocalypse. And just, it's a good time to watch. And like I said, definitely would recommend watching this. Now going on to, yet again, something more recent, we have It. And this is, of course, the new It, this is the new It reboot, not the original TV miniseries. And I'd really mostly just recommend just the first one. You could watch both It and It Chapter 2 together if you wanted, but honestly, I just recommend seeing only the first one, because although the second one wasn't bad, there's just something incredibly satisfying about seeing kids beat the crap out of a clown.
Welcome to the Losers Club, asshole!
That just made this very enjoyable for me to watch. So definitely would add that to my top Halloween picks. And now moving on to our second to last pick is 30 Days a Night. I picked this one because I'm trying to, if you haven't noticed, trying to have a theme of getting a little bit of every different genre in the whole the horror movie theme. And I picked this one because this one's a vampire one. We don't have one on there yet. And particularly why I'm picking 30 Days a Night is because this is a movie that came when we absolutely needed it. It came in a time where vampires were starting to not be vampires. Vampires were getting sexy and dramatic and stuff like that with your True Bloods and your sparkly teen vampires. And this movie came when we needed to go back to the good old days of, your blood-sucking, violent vampires. And, that's what this movie is. This is a cool film about, like, this Alaskan town that's experienced, like, this annual event that happens where they go for 30 days a night. And just unlucky for them, it just also happens to coincide when a bunch of vampires show up in their town to just wreck the place. And these poor people are forced to just run and hide and fight off these vampires for, like, 30 days straight, pretty much. And it was just a fun, gory vampire bloodfest. So that's why I'm putting this on my list. And last but not least, now I'm coming to the ultimate, family-friendly Halloween one you can watch with everyone, the whole kids and everything, and that is Hocus Pocus. For me, always, if you need a good family-friendly film to watch for Halloween, it's always going to be Hocus Pocus. Is my number one go-to film. Have to watch it every year, especially I have my little cousin coming over. He's 6 years old, and he loves this movie. I love this movie. It's a good movie just to watch with everybody. Even put this above, The Nightmare Before Christmas, because even though it's kind of Halloween film, it's really more like both Halloween and Christmas. So I put this even above that one. But that is my list of top films I recommend to watch for Halloween. If you do enjoy this movie, if you did enjoy this video, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Particularly, make sure you comment. Tell me what you liked about this video. Tell me other movies that I missed on this list that you think I should have recommended. Anything like that. I want you guys to interact with me. And of course, check out some of my other videos on the channel. But that is it for me today. Goodbye.
Hi, my name is Justin DeRoy. Hopefully you enjoyed the video today. And if you'd like to help out this channel, please click on the link below for the GoFundMe account. All the donations we receive for our account will go towards helping grow this channel and bring you better quality content. Thanks again for tuning in.